I just saw Fantastic Four First Steps, and wow, that was I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Fantastic Four was directed by Matt Shackman, who's known for WandaVision, which I was personally a big fan of. Like that and Loki are my two favorite Marvel series, I think, out of all of them. The bar is pretty low for most of them, but yeah, I really like those two. So I was really curious to see what he did for Fantastic Four, and he did not disappoint. But let's get to the cast. Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby as Reed Richards and Sue Storm. They were I almost said it. They were great in their role. They have such good chemistry. You can see that on the screen, and they have this dilemma that they're running into in front of the world because they're like the most famous couple in the world. And you can tell that even though they're superheroes, they're just as human as everyone else. And they're really struggling with not only this problem, but also their relationship and what it's doing to each other. Speaking of the world building that they did in this movie was chef's kiss. It's my favorite part about the film. They have this like retro 1960s world covered in this futuristic tech. Everything about it looked so cool. I loved when they just focused on that, showing us this different universe that they live in. It was so cool to watch. And I also have to give credit to the editing. There's a couple montages they have in the movie where there's like sequences that they're explaining, kind of like a commercial, but they splice these like old vintage reels into the montage and they like layer them next to each other, and it just looks so unique, and you could tell that they were having a lot of fun making this movie, which is rare in Marvel nowadays. The rest of the cast, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. I'm a big Joseph Quinn fan ever since I saw him in Stranger Things, and as soon as they casted him as Johnny Storm, I was completely on board. But what surprised me a lot was Eben Moss Bachrach, I think I'm saying that right, as the Thing. There's only so much emotion that you can convey as a giant rock, but he does it with flying colors. I mean, you get to know him, and he's trying to become a chef, and he's really mastering this craft, and it's really interesting watching him like walk along the streets, and everyone's like, yeah, you're the Thing, like do the thing, like it's clobbering time, and he's like, yeah, whatever. But I just wish that they spent a little bit more time with him, and I'll get to that later. It's my only gripe about the film, but he did great. And Ralph Ineson as Galactus annihilated his role. I mean, Galactus is an interesting character. I mean, he's cool in the comics, but you can only make a giant skyscraper creature so cool on screen, and they did a really good job. I mean, the bar was super low for the 2015 Fan 4-stick fill, where they made him a galaxy, which is, I don't know what they were doing with that movie. But here, I mean, he's so menacing and terrifying, and I loved it. There's also a sequence about halfway through the movie that I heard that it was cool, but it blew my mind. As an Interstellar fan, if you like that movie, you're going to eat it up. It was so incredible to watch. You can really tell that Marvel is trying to emphasize the family in this movie. Like, these four keep each other accountable. They hold each other up. And, you know, they also throw some funny jokes at each other. But on a quick tangent, I also loved how in this movie, it wasn't just joke after joke after joke. Like, there's definitely some good jokes in here, especially right at the end. They have a really funny bit that I was laughing so hard. But it's not like every other Marvel movie where it's just joke after joke after joke and ruins the moment. Like, they really take their time in these moments and don't try to ruin it with a gag. And honestly, I haven't had this much emotion and fun watching a Marvel movie since Spider-Man No Way Home back in 2021. And not only was that Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, but it was also the third movie in a trilogy, the Home trilogy, which I don't know why they called it that still to this day. But there's a lot leading up to this movie, and everything else, like Thunderbolts was great. I can't really think of anything else in the past three phases that I really liked a lot. And it felt so good to watch a Marvel movie be a standalone film. You don't need to see anything else, and it holds itself up so well. The only gripe that I really have with it is the runtime. I know that people get bored with like 3-hour movies. I'm not saying that. The movie is an hour and 55 minutes long, and it flies by it, but I just wish they spent a little bit more time with the characters, especially the Thing, you know, seeing how he's dealing with becoming a rock and the moments between Johnny and Sue. And like, I just wanted to see more of the movie, but I understand that they're trying to make it a short movie, so ticket sales would go through the roof. But that's my only gripe about it. But honestly, I enjoyed it, so it's not even that big of a gripe. So what am I rating this movie? I'm going to sound cliche because I know that probably every other reviewer in the world is going to say the same thing, but this is a fantastic 9 out of 10. So this is my first movie review I've ever done on camera. I'm wanted to make movies since I was a kid, and I always leave little movie reviews on Instagram, and everyone was telling me like, hey, you should do this like on YouTube and on Instagram and stuff like that. So I thought I'd give it a try. So if you like what you saw, please consider subscribing or following. I don't know which platform this is going to go on, but yeah, I'll see you guys on the next movie review. Take care.